One of the most important aspects in anyone's life is choosing a career path that makes you happy and content. If you can achieve that, then you will have success in all that you do. Being successful in team sports consists of not just the head coach and a few standout players. It involves sometimes hundreds of team members that have jobs in the background that you never hear about but play a major role in the success of that team. Kirsten Green is that type of success story. Kirsten was the salutatorian from the Jamestown High School class of 1993, where she earned 10 varsity letters in basketball, tennis, and softball. She then attended Duke University, and this is where her amazing career in sports really started. She served as student manager for the Duke Blue Devils men's basketball team and was named head manager by the Hall of Fame coach Mike Krzyzewski in her senior year. It was during those years that she forged a close relationship with Tommy Amaker, one of the assistant coaches. Kirsten left Duke in 1997, following Amaker to Seton Hall University as director of basketball operations. And a few years later, they moved on to the University of Michigan. And in 2007, she and Amaker were hired by Harvard University, where she was the director of basketball operations. She currently is the assistant director of athletics at Harvard, where she is the assistant program manager for over 16 sports. Amazingly, she has worked for schools in the ACC, the Big Ten, the Big East, and the Ivy League. Quite the resume, to say the least. I am pleased to introduce Kirsten Green as an inductee into the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I feel really fortunate tonight. You know it's your lucky day when you're asked to write something and read it publicly right before Scott Kimberg does the same. Coach K always signed autographs to kids. Always try your best. I will try my best. The writer Thomas Friedman wrote in his book, Thank You for Being Late, "It is so much easier to venture far, not just in distance, but also in terms of your willingness to experiment and take risks, when you know that you are still tethered to a place called home, a real community. It is my anchor and my sail." I do feel unspeakably fortunate and truly humbled to receive this tremendous honor from home. From home. That yellow house on Martin Road, I'm not sure why my sister Caroline and I were the two lucky girls that Larry and Tina Green brought home to it, but I've been grateful every day since for the extraordinary opportunities that started in that yellow house. A young Duke fan watching the 1992 Duke-Kentucky game in its basement couldn't have dreamed where the adventure would take her. Home. I took piano lessons from the time I was in kindergarten until 7th grade. I hated piano, and it hated me. And I would often ask my mom if I could quit. And she always said that I could quit when I had another activity because I wasn't just going to come home every day and watch TV. I wasn't a sporty kid. When I was young, there weren't a lot of teams for young girls, like compared to what we have today. I was a nerd. I was a reader. I'm still quite proudly both. But one day we were watching tennis on TV, and my dad said we should go try it ourselves. Mom had an old wooden racket in the garage, and Dad took Caroline and me down to the courts behind JHS. He was the ball machine. One of us was the tennis ball hitter. The other was the tennis ball fielder. Then switch it up. It was fun. At Rogers Elementary, my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Rue, changed the course of my life. In the warmer months, he would often take our entire class, boys and girls, outside to play baseball with a tennis ball. It was my first real experience in team sports. I wasn't good, but it was fun. And over that year, I got better, and more comfortable, and more confident. The following year, when I got to Jefferson Junior High, they had a girls' basketball team coached by Mr. Brickley. Armed with the confidence I had gained in Mr. Rue's class, I came home and told my surprised mother that I was going to play basketball. That's an activity. Can I quit piano? And she said yes. And though she wasn't a big sports fan, she joined our dad at almost every game my sister and I played over the next 9 years. A friend from Rogers School and a teammate on that first Jefferson basketball team, Missy Paterniti, is here tonight. Home. I never could have dreamed of the lessons, the joy, the life that organized sports would give me over the next 35 years. But looking back, I'm so grateful for those early opportunities that opened my eyes to trying new things, things I wasn't necessarily good at, and for the time and attention that people generously gave me. You never know the impact you're going to have on a kid's life. Coach Murphy, our football coach at Harvard, once said that he could only name 2 of his professors from his entire time in college, but he could tell you the name of every coach he ever played for. I've always remembered that because it rang true. Coach Amaker, our men's basketball coach, always says, good teams have good players, great teams have great teammates. I stand here tonight because I've been fortunate to be a part of some truly great teams, and I've tried to be a great teammate. Without a doubt, the best team I've ever been on is the one from that yellow house on Martin Road, which includes Uncle Dwight, Aunt Sue and Uncle Ted, and Uncle Jimmy and Aunt Bonnie's family. We've always been one green family. Tom, Jim, John, and the Sherrills are Jimmy's kids. Caroline and I are Larry's, but it didn't really matter. Home. I want to thank the people in this room and in this community for being my anchor and my sail. And from the bottom of my grateful heart, I thank the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame for this tremendous honor.
That was tremendous. Give it up. You got to get a turn for the camera.
Where do you want me to go?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.